Hi everyone. So this is a quick unboxing of the JXL 9-inch 2 GB Android head unit for the Polo. We sourced this from Amazon for rupees 4,800 when they were running some offers. We will be installing the unit on a Polo Trendline variant. The Trendline does not come with a stereo, but my friend has installed a single-din Kenwood unit on his car. So we'll remove that and install this one. So this is a front panel of the unit, capacitive touchscreen, and this is a rear side. This fan you see is actually a dummy. It doesn't spin. You have the main power connector here and the various other connectors here. And yeah, these four screws that you see here, that is used with that exterior trim. And this is the connector for the radio antenna, and this is a connector for the GPS antenna. So this unit has a 9-inch display, 2 GB RAM, 32 GB built-in memory, and an IPS display with a resolution of 1280 by 720. JXL has also bundled a lot of connectors for the stereo. This is a main cable set for power, speakers, and illumination. This is the one for the pre-out. You also have these female USB connectors for your smartphone and pen drive. And this one is for the GPS antenna. And this RCA input cable is for connecting your reverse camera. This one is for your mic. This is the additional trim that we are sourced separately from Amazon, which is required for the Volkswagen and Skoda cars. And this is the ISO to 16-pin coupler bundled with the trim, which connects right here. And this is the trim, and the unit fits inside the trim like this. And it has to be secured using the bundle screws on the four corners here. We will now see how to power on the system using a 12-volt bench power supply, so you can test it before you install it in the car. This lead is ground and this one is the plus 12 volt. You can see that the power leads are a bit thicker in comparison to the other leads. Now to power the unit on, you have to provide input power supply to both the red and the yellow cable. So what we'll do is we'll twist them together and connect it to the positive lead of the power supply. Connect the black cable to the negative lead of the power supply and you're good to go. You should see the unit booting up now. Once you power up the unit, it takes approximately half a minute to reach the home screen. The capacitive touch display is very fluid and responsive to touch. You get touch sensitive controls at the left, volume up, down, and you have the return button and the home button. And you also get a power button which short presses to mute. Long pressing the power button puts the system on standby. Press the power button to wake up the unit. Now these are the various apps that are bundled with the unit. There may be a lot of junk apps too, so you can uninstall them if you do not need them. That will free up the onboard memory. Now what we'll do is we'll install the unit in Amol's car. We will start with uninstalling the stock unit from the car. Trendline variants do not come factory fitted with a stereo. Remove the stock trim and any clips that are stuck on the dash. Next, remove the stock connectors from the unit. There are a few T10 torque screws on the four corners and on the inside. We will remove them. Now let us take the system out of the box and install it. There are a few other things to be taken care of as well. Guys, you're going to need this 16-pin to ISO coupler. On one side, you have these male ISO connectors, wherein these female connectors from the car's wiring harness connects to. Now this is the black one, which is used for power and lighting, and the brown one is for the front and rear speakers. So remember to buy this coupler if you plan to install this unit in your Volkswagen or Skoda. Now let us connect the car's ISO connectors to the coupler. And the 16-pin connector to the system. Turn the key to accessory to power up the unit. So there you go, the boot screen. Like I mentioned before, during the bench test, the unit does take some time to boot up and reach the home screen. So home screen, let us go to music. That takes you to the equalizer setting. The usual presets are there, but the sound quality of the output is really good. The unit must be having a decent DSP, I reckon. Now let's go to radio.
92.7 FM.
Long pressing the station saves it as a preset. Now let us install the unit into the dashboard. First insert it into the new front trim. So we have to remove the glove box so as to route the USB cables in a better way. Remove the side trim to detach the metal clip. We use a hobby knife to cut a slot on the side of the glove box. Once you've cut the slot, route the cables through it. Always a good idea to tie a cable tie to prevent unwanted movement of the cables. Once the USB cables are routed out of the glove box into the infotainment unit slot, secure the glove box back. Now let us install the GPS antenna. For a better GPS reception, install it somewhere on the corner of the dash. Route the cable through the back of the glove box to the system's slot. Lastly, install the bundled external mic. You really don't have to open up the A-pillar trim, just route the cable through the gap between the weather beading. Now in this bundled RCA cable set, you have to connect the mic to the 3.5mm TRS jack. Connect all the cables to the back of the unit, the radio aerial, the GPS cable which has a nut, the RCA cable set, the USB cables, and finally the RCA cable for the reverse camera. Oh yes, let us not forget the main 16-pin connector. Ensure that these clips on the trim align with these tabs here on the dash. We are not installing this satin frame that was bundled with the trim as it looks very awkward. My friend is okay with that gap there. So you have Google Maps here and it is drawing signal through the GPS antenna now. Works well. There's the built-in video player app and a demo video from Corning for the Gorilla Glass. Don't forget to download the Contacts app from Play Store because the system did not download the contacts from the phone. We have the Netflix app here. Plenty of themes bundled with the unit that have to be downloaded first prior to use. And you have the dial pad which can be accessed from the Bluetooth menu. And there's no escaping the mother, I guess. We're just driving around to a restaurant and the Google Maps works just fine. So that'll be all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one.